Everyone out there. I'm broadcasting live. My name is Nia Malika Dixon, and I am here as your host of BMG Fly Talks about sex. That's the name of this episode, our very first episode. And I'm streaming directly from Instagram and from our Facebook page where our host has just arrived. And let me just go ahead and add her. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so you guys out there on Facebook, you guys aren't seeing my guest host. You're just seeing me. However, Assalamu alaikum. Those of you who are on BMG Fly Talks, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Nope. Jump out and jump back in. Can you hear me? See, it always happens this way. The first time is always a little test. So Dr. Shaakira is here tonight. She's our sexpert, and she can't hear us. So I'm going to lock her out, and then you come back in. Okay, try again, log out. And then she is the face behind Love Beyond Love. She is also, hey everybody, waving at me in Instagram land. Welcome to today's first episode. Dr. Shaakira is coming as a sexpert, and we are going to be talking about sex from a Muslim woman, Black Muslim woman specifically, perspective. And if you are, oh, here she is again. Let's join. Go for it. Add. So if you are familiar with Islam and as well as other religions, it's, hey, Dr. Shaakira, you're online. Welcome. It's strictly forbidden to have sex before you're married. And that is something that goes across the board, Jewish, Muslim, and Christian, as far as I know. So I am bringing the sexpert to three things. First, she's going to share with us her own personal story, and then she's also going to explain how she came about to doing what she does now, and why teens, young people who are Muslim, why they do it, and how we can help them see the light. And that is literally what today's talk show is about. So if you're joining us live on Facebook, welcome. And if you're joining us live on Instagram, welcome. My name is Nia Malika Dixon. I'm an independent filmmaker here in LA. I'm originally from Baltimore. And for you guys out there who don't know me, I've been out here for a while. I am a lot older than I look. I have 2 adult children of my own that I had while being married. And I have a slight story to tell as well that has to do with abstinence, because as a Muslim woman, I was determined to be abstinent when I got my first divorce. And I decided that I was going to refrain from having sex even while I was dating. So that's something that not a lot of people say or do. And on top of that, I had family members who didn't even believe me. So, but I did. I was celibate for over 10 years, believe it or not. I was celibate for over 10 years. But you know what? Let's hear a little bit from Dr. Shaakira. I wonder if I'm saying her name right. Shaakira, like the singer, or Shaakira with 2 A's. Shaakira, can you hear us? You know what? It worked very well when we did our tech test. Oh my goodness. It's something on your end. It really is. It's got to be something on your end. Because my audience, they can hear me. Everybody who's watching, let us know, can you hear us? Can you hear my voice? I know that we can't hear the guest host. Still can't hear her. Because we really want to get to these stories, the meaty, the messy. You're going to have to invite me. You know what? There's no way for me to invite you. Let me try. Hold on. I'm going to remove you and then add you. I don't know how, but there. Let's see if that works. Because I'm interested in your story. There you are. I heard you. Yes. Technology, I swear. Can you hear now?
Yes.
Wonderful. All right, so I'm sweating because it's like 125 degrees in LA right now.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I am the queen of hyperbole, so just know that. But it is hot. It's really hot. But as I was saying before you jump back in, we're going to learn about what it means to be abstinent before getting married, how we can help our youth, and also hear your personal story. And actually, I want to open it up to you so you can get started. Introduce yourself.
Cool. So, hey, everybody. My name is Dr. Shaakira. I'm the founder of an organization called Love Beyond Love. And what we do is empower Muslim youth to delay sex until marriage. So, what that looks like is so many Muslim youth today are having sex. So, sexually active, period. That is like the new societal norm, not only in our community, but even within the Muslim community. Not only like just everyone else, but even within the Muslim community, our Muslim youth are having sex. So it's important that we have something to be addressed that directly, right? Because no one is talking about it directly in our communities, which is a problem because I don't have that support that they need. Like if you think about it, like our religion is, different, it's different and it's stricter than what everyone else around us is doing. And they don't have that support to be able to teach them and help them be able to put those Islamic beliefs into practice. Like, yes, it's wrong to have sex before marriage, but they need to know how to actually do that. So we need to really help them walk them through that. So that's what Love Beyond Love is all about. Conferences, youth groups, and recently we just started having our own events. We have our own event coming up on August 4th, which I'll probably talk about later on. But yeah, really exciting stuff to really make sure that they have the support that they need and to be able to give them practical tips that they can do to walk through, that they get over this hump until they are married.
Yes. And you said you have a personal story. I was stalling a little bit earlier while we were doing the tech stuff, and I said I have a personal story as well. However, it's a little different. I actually, when I first got married, I was a virgin. I was 18 when I got married, and I had 2 kids. However, I left. I divorced him, and I decided I didn't want to have a relationship, and I was purposefully abstinent for about 10 and a half years. Until I remarried again. And people don't even believe me when I say that. But if you know me, it's possible. I'm a Virgo. I'm a workaholic. I focused on, myself. And, I moved out here right after the divorce. And so I even dated. And I stayed celibate. And one of the coolest things that I witnessed because some people think it's controversial to date, and there's many different meanings of what it is to date. And so let me just clarify. I dated, meaning I went out with guys who bought me dinner or who treated me to a movie, and we shared conversation. And we decided we like to hang out with each other. That was my definition of a date. But I always prefaced with, I want you to know I don't have sex before marriage. Every single time. And a few of them would laugh and they took it as a challenge, but sure enough, yeah, no. Yeah. So that was my story.
So,
Now.
Yeah, my story was that, I was born and raised Muslim, but I fell in love with a boy when I was in high school. Like, I loved him to the point where I would do anything and everything for him. It was really, really dangerous, especially being only, in 11th grade and letting a guy have that power over me was like terrible. So, I was sneaking out. I was stealing from my own parents, to buy him things. Like, it was crazy. Like, I was doing like crazy stuff. And, it got so bad. And then just 2 months after my high school graduation, I found out I was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
to find out that I'm pregnant and have to come home to Black Muslim parents
Yeah.
and let them know that I'm pregnant was like the hardest thing I ever had to do, because here they are, they're raising me with these strong morals and these strong values, and they just wanted so much more from me, and I was just rebelling and doing everything that I wanted to do because I really didn't understand the value behind saving my virginity. And my mother talking to me about it like way after I had lost my virginity. I'm like, wow, I wish she would have had that conversation like years ago.
So you're saying the conversation matters.
Conversation definitely matters, especially for our Muslim youth, because like I said, they don't have the support that everyone else has. Everyone doesn't teach their children to wait until marriage anymore. Abstinence is just out. Especially even like I'm a primary care provider, they want us to promote safe sex because they're like, they're going to do it anyway. Abstinence is not realistic. And I'm like, well, sex is it's very powerful. It's beyond just the physical consequences,
especially for women, right?
Exactly. Well, for everyone, because sex itself was created for marriage. God created sex for marriage. So when you take it out of context, so many different, you think about the emotional consequences, spiritually having a disrupted relationship with God. Socially, they found out that women and men who have premarital sex are at a higher risk for divorce later on. You look at divorce rate now, they go together.
Wow.
And it's just beyond just not getting pregnant and the STDs that, the society now teaches that if you have a condom, you have birth control, you can have sex with whoever you want, whenever you want. It doesn't matter how old you are, your gender, if you're married, it doesn't matter. As long as you protect yourself physically, you can do whatever you want. And that's what our youth are constantly being bombarded with. So they need something to kind of counterbalance that and teach them, and really understand what God is really trying to protect them from. It's not a punishment, not just a rule. He created you. He knows what's best for you, and them to really, hold on to that and be confident that they can do it.
So honestly, for the inexperienced, let's say teenager, just not having that sex talk causes more damage than anything, right?
Yeah.
But how do mothers actually have the sex talk? Walaikum salam. Hey guys on Facebook. Let me throw this out there because, so my mother was born and raised Catholic. So I think I kind of benefited from that because Catholics are very strict about premarital sex as well. But here's the ironic thing. My mother was 15 when she found out she was pregnant with me. So when it came time for her to have the talk with me, she came with a lesson. She was, prepared, because of her experience. But what about these other moms who trust that their young Muslim women and their young Muslim men, sons and daughters, are doing what they should be doing? How can a mom or dad, work with that?
So, yeah, that's a huge problem that a lot of Muslim parents are having, because as they were growing up, it was normal to wait until marriage, right? So now we're in a whole different time where, like I said, it's abnormal. It's not the norm to wait. So it's important first of all, don't look at it as just the talk. It's not just one talk, right?
Gotcha.
It's an ongoing thing. But the thing is, I think it's a good thing that there's so much sexual content everywhere we turn. So like the music, the TV, you have to turn the TV on. There's commercials for condoms. Like everywhere you turn, there's sexual objects everywhere. So I urge parents to use that as teachable moments. Like when you see, you're together and then something may pop up on TV. Let's say that commercial for condoms comes on. I don't want you to just turn the TV off or pretend that commercial just didn't happen.
Right.
And just not. That's what happens a lot. Even in a movie scene, most parents turn it off and get out. You need to talk about that because they're interested in it, or someone's talking about it at school, and you need to be able to give that Islamic perspective and see where their head is at. Have that open communication where you have them critically think, but at the same time make sure you're instilling that, as Muslims, what you're really glorifying.
Oh, you froze there, Shaakira. Oh, there you are.
Can you hear me now?
Dr. Shaakira, pardon me. You froze, but you're back.
You can see it?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we got you.
I don't know why. I'm sorry, I got a phone call.
It's okay. That happens all the time.
Okay.
And if you're watching on Facebook, type in some questions for Dr. Shaakira, and I will definitely ask them toward the end. Type in your questions. I see several people hopped on live on Facebook, and we've got a couple people on Instagram. So, yeah. What I was going to say, yeah, I can see you.
You can see me? Okay, I can't see myself. So I hope my followers, can my followers see me? Can Love Me on Love followers see us?
I think everybody who's watching can see because it's coming through. I can see you. And your pink scarf.
Okay.
I like your outfit, by the way. Seriously. I mean, I couldn't pull it off. You look gorgeous. Like, really, you're beautiful.
I strongly urge parents to take advantage of teachable moments. So, like, when something like a commercial, a TV scene, a song, like, talk to your child about that. Like, what do you think? Like, for example, all the songs have some type of sex reference or something.
Songs, yeah.
And, yeah, so definitely talk and say, like, what do you think they mean by that? Or how would you feel if you were the female, you know, just making them critically think about what they're listening to or what they're watching, and also instilling that Islamic piece and that, you know, that religious piece as to what God is really trying to protect them from, and giving them that empowerment, that confidence that they can do it, is huge.
So the bottom line is that you have free will, you have the choice, but you have to strengthen your relationship with your creator, because ultimately you answer to your creator. And it doesn't matter what religion you are. You could be Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever, a Sikh. You still have to answer to a higher power. And if one of the rules is that you should abstain until you're married, whatever it takes for you to do that, I mean, speaking from experience, do the best you can. But always remember you're not perfect, right? I mean, nobody's perfect. Dr. Shaakira.
I'm sorry.
No, nobody's perfect, so it's okay. Okay, so what I was trying to get you into was, what if somebody decides that it's okay to do that, to have premarital sex?
Okay.
What's your response to them? Because I have Black Muslim women friends who are adults who have shared with me, I have to have sex before I get married because I need to know, like, if it's working, right? And so I never know what to say in those situations.
Okay, so I get that a lot. Because believe it or not, so I'm a primary care provider, so I get patients all the time who are teenagers and their parents are just like putting them on birth control, because they just feel like they're gonna do it anyway. So I don't want them coming home pregnant. And I just bringing home the point that I always try to make with them is that sex is not only physical; it's so much more deeper than that. Like you're letting your child, you're giving them pretty much the green light to have sex or whatever, so that they don't get pregnant. But what about socially? What about emotionally? If I'm going in and out of a relationship over and over again, this is your daughter, and what is that going to do to her in the long run? What about when she is ready to get married or have a long-term relationship? She was on birth control, but that birth control is not going to protect her from that heartache. That birth control is not going to protect her relationship with her Lord. Right. That birth control is not going to protect her socially from getting a divorce that they find occurs commonly with people who have premarital sex early. So I try to really bring that point home with those parents and really help them think that you can uplift your child. You can work on that and talk to them, but don't just make it easy for them to just do it just because they're going to do it anyway because everyone else is doing it. Have higher standards for them. And so my thing is to empower you to have that higher standard for themselves. And to have that confidence, I got this, I'm going to do it. And that's what I encounter so often, even before they're having sex, even with the boys, which is amazing to me. I don't want to have sex before marriage because I have my wife. I have this picture in my mind of my wife, and I want to be the best for her, and I want to save myself for her. And having that view already.
We lost her. Oh, my temperature. Oh, my phone has to cool down. How could you? iPhone. So, unfortunately, Dr. Shaakira got cut off because the temperature is too high here. As you can see, I'm sweating. So I will try to get her back in a few minutes. But I still want to continue the conversation since we're here on Facebook. Like she was saying, we should talk to our kids. We should talk to our teenagers. My 2 kids are 22 and 21. And I had to talk with them as well. But it's just as well as she says, it's not really just one talk. You have a continuous conversation. And we didn't even get a chance to address what I was asking about people my age. 30-year-old single, 30-year-old single Muslim women who have decided that it's okay. I'm just going to have sex before I get married. Like, how does a friend respond to that? Like, do I tell her, well, that's not right, and be that person? Or should I just let it slide and pretend like I didn't hear it? These are some of the kinds of questions that me and maybe some other Muslim women out there may have. But another thing I wanted to talk about with sex is controversy that happened with DJ Khaled, because he claimed, he don't believe in oral sex towards his wife, but he believes in receiving it. I wanted to talk to Dr. Shaakira about that and what her take is as a physician, but me as a regular Black Muslim woman who's been married before, who's obviously had sex because I've got 2 adult kids, I don't think that's right. So, that's just my take on it. It's called reciprocity, just saying. And we do have to be aware of things like making sure that your partner is pleased. If you're married and you have a very good sexual relationship, it's usually because you're working on making sure your partner's pleased. I'm speaking from experience. And so just as a Black Muslim woman who's had sex, who enjoys having sex, because it was given to us to have sex. There's nothing wrong with having sex, just when you have it. And I'm going to end the talk with, if you want to have sex, like the doctor said, make sure you're protecting yourself. But think about it first, because there are emotional implications, there are social implications, and the statistics have shown that people who have premarital sex usually end up divorced. That wasn't the reason why I got divorced. That's a whole nother story. We can talk about that on another episode when we talk about career versus family. And anyways, that's the end of today's episode. I know that we had some technical difficulties. We are still working that out. And honestly, the technical difficulties came from the damn heat wave here in Los Angeles, is what I'm saying. It literally feels like it's 105, 106 degrees in here. So you can see I'm sweating. But to close out, Black Muslim women do have sex. We talk about it with each other, as I just shared with you. A couple of my Black Muslim girlfriends have shared with me their secrets. And the thing is, though, if you want to date a Black Muslim woman, have a conversation, especially if you think you're in a relationship for sex, because she's going to probably put the brakes on that. Just warning you guys out there. And that's it for tonight. So our next week episode is going to be about, wait and see. I will be posting up flyers. I will be here on Instagram. I will be here on Facebook Live and on Twitter. So follow us everywhere at BMG Fly Talks on Instagram, on Facebook, and on Twitter, and you'll get all the updates. And I do have a special Facebook group where I will be including exclusive videos and footage just for members of the group. So find us, join the Facebook group, because these videos will disappear on Instagram and on the page, and they will be going into the Facebook group. So if you missed, you missed, unless you join our group. So BMG Fly Talks about sex. has now come to an end. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode next Monday night. And I'm sure you'll find it to be interesting. I've got mine. Yes, I think you will. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This was fun. And I will catch you on the next episode. Again, Black Muslim Girl Fly Talks. Assalamu alaikum. Bye, everyone.